If you don't know how to get your ex back, I've got you covered. I got my ex back after he broke up with me 3 times and said there was absolutely no way we would ever be together again. But using my signature strategy, I was able to get him back in just 3 weeks. We were living together 4 months after that, bought our first home together 9 months after that, and got married a month later. I've also helped over 1,000 clients get similar results using the same signature method. And that's the 5 pillar method. By the end of this video, you're going to understand what the 5 pillar method is and how you can start using it to get your ex back today. We're also going to talk about which techniques are the easiest to do, which techniques work the fastest, and which techniques are actually going to get you long-term results that allow you to not just get your ex back, but make your relationship better than it ever was before, and even get married to your partner just like I did. Because the techniques that are fast and easy and the ones that work are not the same. So if you've just been looking for whatever seems fast and easy, that may be why you haven't gotten any results yet, especially if your ex keeps coming back for a short time and leaving again, or coming back but not really changing for the better. And we'll also talk about the deal breakers that absolutely 100% mean that your situation is hopeless and your ex is never going to come back. But it's not what you think it is, so watch till the end. So the information I'm sharing with you today is based on a decade of my research into science, manifestation, and psychology. I went to school for psychology and I got really into manifestation about 8 years ago. Really researching not just the simple little tricks like affirmations that you hear about all the time, but really getting into the quantum theory of it all. Once I gathered all the information, I started testing it out on my own life to see what really works and what really doesn't. So the goal here is to save you from doing a decade of research and trying, which honestly is really exhausting and discouraging. And most people just give up before they find the answers because it is so much work and really hard to do all alone. And we're really not just talking about just getting your ex back here. We're talking about them being head over heels in love with you, treating you like a king or queen, and making you a top priority. Building a future with you that feels so in tune with your heart's truest desire that you wake up every morning feeling like you're living in a dream. And we don't do this by begging or convincing or trying to manipulate them because none of that stuff works anyways. And it doesn't feel good for you or your ex. We do this in a way that feels natural and makes you proud of the work that you're doing. And you can see results really fast regardless of your circumstances. In fact, 94% of my clients who were blocked got back in contact with their ex with a median time of only 14 days. And the median time to get fully back together is just 30 days for my clients, even if there was a third party. In fact, 86% of my clients were able to remove third parties with a median time of only 28 days. So how do we really do this? Because when most people learn about manifesting, they think it's all about affirmations or visualizing or writing in a journal. Or even worse, they think it's about doing some crazy love spells or buying a magic crystal. So I will tell you right now, there is no such thing as a psychic or a magic crystal or a love spell that's going to bring your ex back. Those are all scams. No one can fix your relationship but you. The only way you are ever going to actually get back together and truly make your relationship good again is by learning how to work on yourself and how to work on your relationship. You should never be relying on a stranger on the internet to fix your problems for you. Come on, that just sounds crazy. But when you learn how to do the 5-pillar method for yourself, it does start to feel like magic, even though it's just science. So let's talk about the methods that seem easy. Usually people try doing affirmations, journaling, visualizing their ex come back, writing their name 50 times, or making a vision board. And although affirming and visualizing and even some journal work can be beneficial when you're going through this process, that is at most 10% of what it takes to get your ex back long term. And as far as methods that promise to get you fast results, they're all fads. Doing fad methods like the whisper method, the pillow method, the 3-6-9 method might give a few people a very temporary result. So their ex might come back to them 1 or 2 times, usually about nothing important, or they never hear from them again. So they keep desperately trying fad methods to get another text. But those are just singular points of contact that never actually lead anywhere. Honestly, it just feels really crappy for everyone involved. Your ex can feel that you're desperate and it pushes them away. And it doesn't feel good for you either, because you feel like you're having to try to convince somebody to love you. And that is so unhealthy. So let's talk about what actually does work and can still get you very fast results. And although it's not always easy, it is straightforward. And that's, again, the 5-pillar method. So the 5-pillar method teaches you how to identify and heal your limiting beliefs and create powerful beliefs instead. You'll learn how to think positive thoughts without even trying, in a way that feels authentic instead of fake. This means we actually process our negative thoughts and emotions instead of stuffing them down and being too afraid to look at them. Next, you'll learn how to speak to yourself and others in a constructive way. You'll learn how to take inspired action and break bad habits. All of this will naturally make you feel better because you cannot force positive feelings. They come as a natural result of your beliefs, thoughts, words, and actions. So, what is the 5-pillar method? Your beliefs, your thoughts, your feelings, your words, and your actions. That makes up my signature 5-pillar method. So right now I'm going to show you 3 different options that I offer to start getting your ex back with this method literally today. Like quite literally. You can start getting them back today, even if you feel like crap. You don't have to feel good to start this method. That is some toxic positivity that I do not promote in my programs. And even the most depressed people almost always start feeling better within 24 hours of starting my program. In fact, I have never once had somebody complete a program and not feel better. And again, that's after working with over 1,000 people. So yeah, you're pretty much guaranteed to feel better during this process. Now, the first option I offer is by far my most popular program, the Full Reunion Program. This is a 45-day course with concise video lessons that gives step-by-step instructions that anyone can follow, and exercises to help you customize a specific plan for yourself. because obviously not every situation is exactly the same. This is not a cookie cutter program. You also get access to some of my viral meditations. And here's the best part, you get lifetime support. So almost anytime you have a question, there is an integrated comment section in the program itself where you can get answers directly from me, as well as support from peers in the program who are also going through a breakup. Now, you've already heard my success rates. My clients get back in contact in about 14 days and are fully back together in just 30 days. This is based on statistical data gathered from all of my clients. It shows that the full reunion program makes any ex 430% more likely to come back long term than compared to not using my program at all. Now, the way this program works is first by helping you to get to a better feeling place. We don't want you waking up every day with anxiety, crying about worst case scenarios, and spiraling out of control. No more texting your ex at midnight, begging them to come back. You are going to start feeling better right away in this program. Next, we identify why the breakup actually happened, because it's not just your ex's fault or yours. Everything is a manifestation that you created. So in order to fix your breakup, we need to be very honest and identify how and why you manifested this breakup in the first place. Then I'll teach you how to work on the real problems. And this is where you start noticing things with your ex are already starting to get better. You'll be able to get back in contact even if you're blocked, even if they deleted their number, threw away their phone, and moved to the other side of the world. Like, I've literally seen that happen with multiple clients, and you can do it too, no matter how impossible it seems. Once you're back in contact, we work on getting you back together and really making the relationship happier and healthier than it ever was before. Your breakup is actually the best thing that has ever happened to your relationship because it forces you to get real about the problems that you were having and actually fix them. And finally, once you're back together, we work on maintaining the relationship and seeing it continue to improve over the years. This program is not about getting your ex back. It's about being able to stay with them for the rest of your life, including marriage, family, growing old together in each other's arms. And I'm telling you, there is nothing stopping you from doing that except you. So let's talk about the deal breakers that absolutely do mean that your ex is never going to come back. And in fact, even a relationship with someone new is doomed to fail. When you choose to validate your fears instead of your love, you are literally forcing your ex to abandon you forever and go find somebody else who isn't scared to do this type of work. And even if you move on and date someone else, that relationship will fail for very similar reasons until you're willing to do the work that you've been avoiding out of fear. And trust me, I totally understand how looking at your situation can make it feel impossible. You get hyperfixated on everything that has gone wrong and all the reasons it might not work out, and you make yourself blind to the obvious fact that everything would start getting better right now, today, if you actually tried a strategy that works. This is where people go wrong and mistakenly believe that their situation is impossible, or they're too scared to invest time, energy, and money into their relationship. Now, my programs are not expensive. The full reunion program with lifetime support is less than $3 a day with a payment plan. You would spend more money than that on dates, vacations, makeup, Netflix, snacks, birthday presents, and gas just to go see your partner if they came back. But some people get scared of failing the program. But I'm telling you, it always works 100% of the time if you apply the information. Let's be honest, love is not for cowards. And it's not for people who think that their relationship is worthless. Love is not for people who are unwilling to take risks. Frankly, if you let fear, risk, and money stop you from even trying to work on yourself and your relationship, now is not the time to be in a relationship with anyone. A lot of people talk a big game. They say their relationship means the world to them and they would die for their partner. But they won't even spend less than the price of Netflix to get back together. And if a stranger on the internet has to convince you that your relationship is worth even a few dollars a month, it's not. So this is for people who are actually in love. And if you would rather risk losing your soulmate than risk losing a few dollars a month, I recommend you withdraw a little cash and cuddle up with it at night, because those few dollars a month are what you really love, not your ex. Sorry to get a little sidetracked there, but you would not believe how many people come to me begging for help, saying that they are so in love with their ex and they would do anything to get back together except spend less than $3 a day. You're going to spend more than that on gas when you go to see your partner than you would spend on the price of this program. So if you can't afford the program, how are you going to afford a relationship? That said, I do offer a mini version of the program for those who are on an extreme budget. Now, most people in the mini program are experiencing homelessness or a financial crisis, or they just have really bad priorities with money. Breakups are really painful, and some people would rather waste money on a bottle of vodka or going out to the bar with their friends or binge eating fast food to try to forget about their heartbreak instead of spending way less than that just to get back together. But as someone who used to be broke and used to be addicted to all forms of escape, I understand what it's like to be terrified to spend money on anything that is not 100% guaranteed to solve all your problems instantly. So the mini reunion program is an option. Of course, it's nothing like the actual full program, but it does offer some of the basic lessons to help get you started. So instead of a 45-day program with videos, exercises, lifetime support, the mini program is going to be a 76-page ebook that walks you through an overview of the basic process to start fixing your relationship. And instead of lifetime support with questions, there's no additional support, which is how I'm able to keep the cost so low. In fact, the mini program with a payment plan is only 80 pennies a day. Now, the mini program alone is enough for some clients to get their exes back, but it does have a 60% lower success rate. So again, always opt for that full version of the program whenever possible. And you can also upgrade to the full program later if it is literally impossible to start off with a $3 a day investment into your relationship. Finally, I also offer some dirt cheap meditations to help you get your ex back or even get a text fast. These meditations use affirmations and subliminals, as well as binaural beats, to really imprint on your subconscious with a healthy belief system that will help you to get back in contact and work on your relationship. Now, of course, obviously, just listening to a meditation alone is not going to fix your problems. You do need a strategy as well, and that's what the reunion programs are for. The Get Your Ex Back meditation, it's already free with the full reunion program, but I do recommend buying that separately if you only have the mini version of the program. And everybody should get the Get a Text Tonight meditation because it really does work fast when you pair it with the 5-pillar method. I also offer a meditation to help you deal with negative thoughts and feelings because those are quite common when going through a breakup, let's face it. But that meditation is also free with the full program. So these meditations are going to help you feel better and help you get ready to start working on your belief systems so that the strategy that you use alongside the meditations works a lot faster and feels a lot easier. So as you can see, there are several options that fit into any budget or level of commitment. Of course, I also do offer one-on-one and group coaching if you're looking for additional support alongside the reunion program. But only about 20% of clients opt for additional coaching, meaning that most people find that the full reunion program already covers absolutely everything that they need to get success, and no additional coaching is necessary. So for those of you who are genuinely ready to get your ex back starting today, I am so excited to work with you in reunion. And I can't wait to hear your success story. Thanks so much for watching, and happy manifesting!